Forgiveness, like choosing to forgive the other person, is a very selfish thing to do. It's so good for you. You know, it frees you in such a healthy way. Forgiveness, you know, like you don't just forgive and then it's all okay. It could initially be something you have to forgive on a 10 by 10 minute basis. You might have to do it hourly. Then it might be daily. And I think the biggest problem when I work with people that they face, when they look at forgiveness, the biggest problem is what they think is like, if I forgive this person, I'm condoning their behavior. I'm making, you know, what we've shared together meaningless. It's not about saying, I forgive you and you can still behave in that way with me. It's like, yeah, you choose to forgive someone, but you still put boundaries in place about the way people behave. One of the things that people forget is they have to forgive themselves, because at some level they're judging themselves and they're punishing themselves because they think that divorce is a failure, or they think that they should have got it right, or they think that, you know, on some level, you know, they're unworthy, or that they don't deserve love, or that they did something wrong that contributed to the breakup of the relationship or the marriage or whatever. In punishing someone, so when we don't forgive, and we punish the other person for their wrongdoing, like on some level we believe they wronged us, which means that you're coming from a place of, you don't think you're a powerful creator, because you believe that you're at the everything that you're experiencing in your life is a result of somebody else's behavior towards you. So in keeping them in the relationship of punishment, what you're actually doing, one, you're keeping the dynamic of the relationship, and to some level what you're actually doing is your pain that you're feeling, and maybe your guilt or your anger or your frustration, by punishing them, you want them to feel bad about themselves and the situation. And what that does is it keeps you in a very low vibrational, energetic exchange with that person, where all you are able to do is relate to each other from a place of pain and negativity, and you know, you might want them to feel shame, embarrassed, you know, you want everybody else that externally they know, so maybe your family, your friends, to see them as this bad person, because what's happening in that moment, you're feeling bad about yourself, you're feeling bad about the situation. And so what that does is it sets up that very, very limited, low vibrational dynamic that is keeping you in your conversation that you're having about what's happened, and keeping you in a place where you are still fundamentally in a place of fear, and it doesn't serve you. It doesn't allow you to actually move on. So you get the payoff that you get a secondary gain to that, is that this other person will feel bad and they might start being nice to you, or they might, you know, it's a way of trying to manipulate and control. Okay? Whereas when you choose to forgive this person, you are stepping into your own personal power. You're stepping into a place of, I'm a divine being, a source of divine love. That actually, if I'm a source of divine love, to some degree, forgiveness is almost irrelevant, because of the fact, I mean, I talk about it as an act of forgiveness because it's a concept people can understand. But actually, when you're coming from a place of love, you're just seeing the divinity in that person. And you know, you're both divine beings. You're here to teach each other something. That's why you've had this interrelatedness. But what happens in relating from that place, you're in a real authentic, true place of personal power, which is just your actual natural way of being. So what it does is it sets up a completely different dynamic. and it's really it's transformational.